Again, my name is Lonnie Rice, and I'm a graduate student of study course ENT 610, Entrepreneurial Creation. And welcome to my situation analysis and breakdown of the PESTEL analysis. Now, those that tuned in last time know that we talked about the SWOT analysis and how it relates to my actual business, L'ÉTIQUETTE Noire, luxurious footwear brand. Well, today we're going to look at the PESTEL analysis and how this relates to my business. So first off, what is a PESTEL analysis? Well, a PESTEL analysis is a tool that studies the key external factors, those factors being political, economic, sociological, technological, legal, and environmental factors that influence an organization. It can be used in a range of different scenarios as well and can guide marketing professionals and senior managers in strategic decision making. Now let's look at each component of the PESTEL analysis. Well, the first factor is the political, which is represented by the P in the PESTEL analysis. Now, any political policies that take place, laws as it relates to labor and trade, all of these could affect your business. So you want to make sure from a political standpoint, you have all your bases covered. The E in the PESTEL analysis stands for economic. As we know right now, we're living in tumultuous times and inflation is wreaking havoc. But these are all factors that go into the economic standpoint of your business. You have to look at the growth of the economy, interest rates and how they affect your business, as well as employment, and then home health income, because the bottom line is you want household members to buy your product. So the home income is very important when it comes to the economy as well. Next is the social aspect. You have to take into account several factors when you're looking at things from a social standpoint, like the population itself, your target audience. Also, the age factors and the age group when it comes to selling your product and who you're going to target. Career views, lifestyle changes as well, and culture barriers. They all play a major factor when you want to get your brand out into society so you can relate to them and connect with your fan base. The T in the PESTEL analysis stands for technological. Several factors that go into technology, such as technology incentives. You have to look at the innovation of the products, the automation. How are they made? Are they handmade, made by machines? And then also the research and development of your actual product falls under the technological aspect of the PESTEL analysis. Next, we have the environment. Climate change is real big. You have a lot of individuals that look at the environmental standpoint from an ethical standpoint as well. You want to make sure that you reduce your carbon footprint. Recycling, disposables, and sustainability are all major factors that go into the environment standpoint of your business. And lastly, from a legal standpoint, you want to make sure that you follow all labor laws, all laws in whatever countries you do business in. You want to make sure that you have your data protection when it comes to not only your information, but the information for your customers as well. And then copyright, you want to make sure that you don't infringe on anybody else's trademark or copyright laws. So the legal standpoint is very important when you're moving your business forward. Now let's look at the L'ÉTIQUETTE Noire, which is my luxurious footwear brand, and the PESTEL analysis that I conducted on the brand. Well, once again, the P stands for political. When it comes to this aspect, I want to make sure that my foreign market regulations are all met. A lot of my product is going to be made in Italy, in the shoe district, so I want to make sure I abide by all of those regulations that they have in Italy, and as they relate to manufacturing policies as well. The political stability in Italy, you have to take that into account too. What does the landscape look like where I'm getting the actual product made? Is it times of high tension? Is it times of war? All of these have to, you have to think about these things in the political landscape and how they affect your business. Next is economical. We're all living in the post-COVID economy now. We know how much of a big hit and of an effect that it had on the economy. And we want to make sure that when we're coming out of this post-COVID kind of funk that we were in, we want to make sure that from an economical standpoint, that our products are priced reasonably well for customers to actually buy the product. Also, we have to look at the manufacturing cost of goods. As you know, inflation is hit us, like I said before, but that drives up the cost of goods, which ultimately drives up the price of the final product. So I want to make sure that when it comes to any kind of manufacturing costs, that I can keep costs down for my customers. And also, I'm working on a limited budget. I'm funding this venture by myself. So any of the budget that comes from, I have to make sure that I can spend wisely, of course, and strategic in any kind of moves that I make from a limited budget standpoint. Next is the S, which is social. We want to make sure we keep a social media presence. As you all know, social media is huge in this day and age. And right now I have a social media presence for the brand on Instagram and Twitter. So I have to take into account the other platforms out there as well that are gaining steam and traction. I want to make sure I can advertise in these social media spots whenever possible. The high-end goods image that comes along. A lot of individuals, they want the best. They want the high-priced items because with the high-priced items comes the quality of the product. So we want to make sure that we price our L'ÉTIQUETTE Noire brand footwear at a reasonable cost, but we don't want to sacrifice quality when it comes to the shoes themselves. The high-end goods image is, like I said, is really huge in certain sectors, and I have to make sure that whatever that target market for me is going to be those individuals that enjoy wearing high-priced goods and also with this discretionary income. One last part of the social aspect when it comes to the brand is the Give Back campaign. All proceeds go towards the creation of the the Winston-Salem, School of Arts and Entertainment. So I want to make sure that all of the proceeds go towards that common cause. So when you buy the product, buy the L'ÉTIQUETTE Noire product, you know that your dollar is going towards helping others and giving back to the community. Next is the technological standpoint. Each shoe will be custom created with a unique identifier in the shoe. That's going to be kind of like Coke's secret recipe. It's going to be the secret of the technology in all of our luxurious line of footwear. Also, the designs are custom made, so you can get a quality custom made product that specifically speaks to your taste when it comes to luxurious footwear. And then lastly, we are going to be an online only e-commerce store. We are able to pass the price reduction to the customer because, as you know, if you have brick and mortar, you're going to have to pay for that. You got to pay for rent, and that ends up hitting the actual consumer and the finished good of the product. So in order to keep costs down, we're going to stick to an online only format and e-commerce platform to pass those dollar savings along to the customer. Next is the environmental standpoint. One of the big key takeaways and value propositions for the brand is going to be that it's vegan leather. So it's going to be cow friendly. Unlike traditional leather products that use cowhide, all of our shoes will be vegan leather based. Also, there will be limited production of the shoes, and this can help reduce our carbon footprint on the earth because we don't have a big mass facility that's going to use up a lot of natural resources. We want to keep the reduction in the carbon emissions down. And by doing this, we're going to have limited production runs on our footwear. And lastly is the legal standpoint. Trademark protection is huge. You want to make sure that you get all your copyrights completed, any trademark issues completed to actually make sure that you don't converge on somebody else's design as well, because you don't want to get exposed as being a copy of another shoe brand. So these trademark laws and protections are in place to help our business. So I want to make sure that moving forward that we have these in place. Also, taxation laws. We want to make sure that the brand applies to all laws from a taxation standpoint, make sure we pay our taxes accordingly. And then the manufacturing laws. We want to make sure that we abide by all the laws over in Italy, like I said before, because that's where the product is going to be made. So we want to make sure that the manufacturing laws are going to be abided by when it comes to creating the shoe. So that is the PESTEL analysis of the L'ÉTIQUETTE Noire brand. Please leave a comment. Please like the video. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I appreciate you and your time spent with me. Thank you.